My name is Steve, and this is example or second example of the progress I'm making on this current ebook, which you can see I've got right here, which is the Commodore 64 Simple Game Design in AsCII language. I've kind of already showed some of the chapters, and recently I've added some more stuff to this. My key doesn't want to work right. So I've had this section in here before about the author, but I'm also setting up links here, although I notice this one right now is not linked properly, but it's going to basically go to the pages once I have that done. So you'll have these direct links or bookmarks, if you will, that will allow you to skip around in the book a little bit faster. And then I've already completed chapter 1, chapter 2, and I've added some more stuff into chapter 2. Chapter 3 is kind of short, and chapter 4 I'm just finished up with. Chapter 5 I'm currently on, so I'm pretty close to maybe not halfway through, but pretty close to halfway through, because it's got 15 chapters if I don't decide to take out one of these chapters. So it's kind of give you an idea, just the introduction, experience, stuff like that. Here's the memory place, where the memory is and all that. This is where it goes into explaining the game, the high and low bytes, how they work in the game. Get out of that. I've also set up this special area here where you can actually see the values as they're being peaked, and basically what's going on with the X register or the Y register. So those who are really wanting to know what's happening on the accumulator side or the machine language side, and you can kind of get at least an idea, hopefully, of what's going on. I did this with a few different examples on the high and the low bytes there. Chapter 2, I kind of went into some AsCII examples, and I started off by explaining the colors and showed an example here of AsCII character graphics on the screen and how sprites work. And I kind of went in and showed an example from my website about the sprites. And then I showed the AsCII language example. So I'll usually try to show a basic example and then maybe a AsCII language example of the actual game code to kind of break it down that way. And this part right here shows what's called the most significant byte, of how it basically passes through here and it flips over. So basically it goes from 0 to 512, and this is in the game where it's only going from 170 to 230. That's up and down movement. So that kind of explains it in there. And here's again some assembly code. That's and more of the example. That's the example in the code of the most significant byte. And here's a sprite example showing how multicolor works. I kind of tried to explain that a little bit here. And here's an example picture taken from the game of multicolor. And then I go into next to redefining the character set. And this is all just in the graphics chapter. And it shows you how to redefine a character set, what it looks like when you redefine it, and how it's calculated even. I break it down here for people to see it a little bit easier. And then I have a basic example, which is one of the programs I wrote way back when. So it's going to have a lot of stuff in it. Animation, I start with AsCII animation. This is a pretty short chapter because I really don't have a whole lot of animation going on except for this character moving, which I did explain right here, animating frames. And I showed the extended language example for that, so it's pretty short there. Chapter 4 goes into the joystick. This one I've been working on tonight. This is kind of cool. It shows how to read the values here. Shows a picture of the joystick. I drew out the values here so you can kind of see them as the joystick fire button is pressed. That's the value there, and these are the values as you're moving the joystick in those positions. And then here's the AsCII language example to kind of learn from it and how to start creating your own AsCII language example. This I need to add in later. This is when you press the fire button, the missiles are shooting, but I couldn't locate the code for that yet, so I'm going to have to probably plug in my computer and load the listing up again because it didn't load in one of my examples. Okay, this one is kind of interesting. It goes from basic to AsCII language, so basically takes the conversion for those who want to know basic and how to go straight into AsCII language. I use an example from the book and show you all the values. It's cut out from a magazine here, which is basically an Atari magazine. And I start with simple examples like load the accumulator, show an example of that, and then load the immediate value, store the accumulator. That's basically where I got it right now, guys. So those who just kind of wanted to update, I thought I would just kind of throw this in there for you, a short video to let you know I am still working on it and progress is underway. So thanks for watching, guys. Oh, and if you're interested in subscribing to this channel, definitely go ahead and subscribe. And if you're interested in the ebook, stay tuned. It'll be out very shortly. I'm hoping in about a month. I guess you could call that short, but thanks for watching. Bye.